all kinds of things to discuss. Well, at the very same time that Saddam Hussein was rebuilding Nebuchadnezzar's palace in Babylon, over in New Atlantis, what we know of as Nashville, they were building a Seal of Solomon to bind spirits. Just to bring it on home here, there's the Bicentennial Mall that stands out in front of the capital of Nashville, and when viewed from the air, is a Seal of Solomon to bind spirits. Now, what you'll know is that the Freemasons' rituals are involved within Solomon's Temple. This all goes back to Ark of the Covenant, Solomon's Temple, and a strange man named Hiram Abiff. Ed, are we running out of time here?
You got a few more seconds. It's a minute coming up to the top of the hour, so I'll give you another 20 seconds.
All right, well, we'll start with the Bicentennial Mall in New Atlantis and the Guidestones, if we have time, when we return, and the meaning of Hollywood.
Good. Great. Okay, tell you what, we're going to go to the top of the hour break here, folks. Now, I'm not going to open the phone lines up until at least the bottom of the next hour because we have much more to discuss here. But I will definitely, if we don't open the phone lines, I'll definitely have Freeman up again if you would be cordial enough to come back. Michael Herzog, The American Awakening, top of the hour break coming up. We will see you in 2 minutes. Stick around. You should call your friends and neighbors. This is an amazing show, folks. Be right back.
I'm not sure I could.
All right, we're back with the second hour of The American Awakening. Michael Herzog, your host, with my special, very knowledgeable, and amazing guest, Freeman, and we're getting the Freeman perspective today. And I don't know about you folks, but I'm getting my consciousness expanded. Short segment, this first segment in the first hour, or the second hour, sorry, Freeman, but go ahead and continue. You got the floor. Did we lose Freeman? Freeman, I can't hear him. Freeman, are you with us? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. Okay. Well, at any rate, I expect you'll be back in a minute. Folks, I really didn't expect. Now, he was supposed to send me a copy of the topic or the subject content, and for some reason he sent it, and I haven't gotten it. I didn't have any idea how many topics he was going to cover, but this man is absolutely amazing, and I would invite you to go in. Oh, he's back. Okay, Freeman, you back?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
My apologies.
That's okay. I was just telling the folks out there, I would invite you to go into freemantv.com or go into the other website. What is it? Is it the Freeman Perspective?
That's all you need right now. We've redone the entire website. There's a brand new website as of today. I'm launching it on your TV show. So freemantv.com. And if you want to follow along with what we're talking about right now, just go to the picture section and check out the Freeman Visits the Bicentennial Mall.
Cool.
You want to see the pictures of what we're discussing.
All right, we got about 2.5, 3 minutes till the next break, and then we have a long segment. So go ahead and continue.
Okay, so as Saddam Hussein was rebuilding Babylon, then in America, what we call Nashville, the New Atlantis, they were building this Bicentennial Mall. Now, the sign out in front of the Bicentennial Mall says that vast numbers of bodies have been interred here. Now, what we're looking at now, again, is these guys work with the subtle frequencies, the subtle energies, and we're going to get into the higher technology of this, but this is the magical aspects of it. And what you'll find is that this mall is actually a Seal of Solomon to bind spirits. And what it outlines is you go through the different chakra systems in this sigil, which is a giant grass lawn mall, but it's shaped as the Seal of Solomon. And then there's all these different devices that many have equated, or like William Henry has equated to Stargate symbolism. Mm-hmm. And what this does is it has a sound frequency area at the head of the thing, where there are 50 columns, and when you stand in the middle of the 3 pentagrams on an iron post, every sound that you make reverberates off of all the 50 columns back to that central point. And you'll find that in their sacred geometry, in the cathedrals that the Templars built, and all of these, there are always harmonic frequencies. Even the pyramids are at F sharp. And that we'll find that these guys have understood these subtle frequencies and have been able to manipulate them through their magic. And it's all right in front of us here. And in Nashville, in New Atlantis, you'll find the Parthenon, which has a 42-foot golden goddess inside. And then you'll also find the temple to Mars, and we're back to the hermaphroditic symbols, the Mars-Venus, the Mars-Athena connections, the Hermes-Aphrodite. And it's all right there in front of everyone, but of course, if you don't know any of this. But what we find is that most of these symbols, the deeper symbols, come from the Rosicrucians. And the symbol of Hollywood is one of the symbols of death and resurrection. And so when they did their symbolism with Madonna kissing Britney, this was another high-profile ritual, and of course it was to the song Hollywood. And if you go to the Nashville Capitol Bicentennial Mall, you will find that the Stargate is surrounded in holly plants. If you go to the Georgia Guidestones, where the Rosicrucians have outlined the new civilization, you will find that it is surrounded by Hollywood. And I just have to ask, who are the blockbusters? But the Masons, right?
All right, we've got to take a break. We'll be back in 3. Michael Herzog, The American Awakening, with my special guest, Freeman, doing the Freeman perspective. And this is more than I even asked for here. We'll be right back, folks. All right, folks, we're back with The American Awakening and my special guest, Freeman, with the Freeman perspective. And I have to ask the listening audience out there, is your mind blown yet? Okay, is it as blown as mine is? That's my question to you guys. Now, we were talking about this holly plant or Hollywood that is around these particular entities. And I wanted to ask you, and I don't mean to go back to a former topic, but are you saying, I meant to ask you this in the first hour, Freeman, are you saying that when they elect the president or these officials come in, Condoleezza Rice, Dick Cheney, whatever, they have these rituals, I mean, do they actually call on some satanic force to possess these people?
Well, they wouldn't call them satanic, but yes. Yes, they absolutely go through ritual, and the point of ritual is to invoke a spirit.
Right, and that would explain, because I've had numerous conversations with a number of my associates regarding this, and some people say that, they're clones. Some people say that they're reptilian possessed. I mean, there's all kinds of different theories out there, but what I see in these people is, for example, Dick Cheney. Okay, I saw a younger Dick Cheney back in the 70s who didn't seem near as evil as he does now. And the same thing with Condoleezza Rice. I mean, this woman emanates Lucifer, for crying out loud. So this happens after they're appointed? Or, I mean, they have to obviously jump through a few hoops and prove that they're appointable by being compromised or bought off or something before they ever get in there. Am I on track here?
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. You've got the floor.
Fine. Yes, exactly. And then this whole scheme was, of course, outlined in Sir Francis Bacon's New Atlantis. And we'll also find in Manly Palmer Hall's Secret Destiny of America, where he just speaks about this in glorious terms of how the Order of the Quest has come in and designed these ideas and created America. So as we find that we're dealing with this Rosicrucian magical explanation, this also tends to go off planet. So as you mentioned, the reptiles, interestingly enough, when we start to get into the exopolitical spectrum now, there were a number of people recorded to have left the planet with the gods. There was Enoch, Ezekiel had his contact, but there was one that's very not usually mentioned, and that it does come up in Zechariah Sitchin's work, that King Hiram of Tyre was one that was taken off the planet, and he returned with a strange man named Hiram Abiff. Mm-hmm. Now, Hiram Abiff, according to Freemasonic mythos, is the architect of Solomon's Temple. Now, as we look into Solomon's Temple, and this is where all the Mason rituals occur, like you're pretending to be in Solomon's Temple, and you're pretending to be Hiram Abiff, and then you are sacrificed and then resurrected. This is the Masonic Luciferian ritual of Hiram Abiff. What we look at when we're looking at Solomon's Temple is the Ark of the Covenant, because that's really what it was designed to house. And of course, the Ark of the Covenant was very specifically designed, and this is the first weapon of mass destruction recorded given to mankind.